At that time, I wasn't very well informed and I got cancelled.
Cancelled? What do you mean by that?
Like I got cancelled by like my subscribers. Oh, they started a lot of hate comments on all my platforms. You never know when you are on the way down.
Haze Long is a full-time artist from Malaysia with expertise in fine art, digital art, and Procreate. She's the founder of Art Misfit, a pioneer in mural and illusion art. With over 125k YouTube subscribers, Haze shares free Procreate tutorials, illusion videos, and speed painting content. As a master of both traditional art technique and modern technology, Haze creates original digital paintings and 3D visuals that are creatively deconstructed using AI. Thank you very much, Haze, for coming along. You started as a beauty blogger and now transitioned into an artist. What's your story?
Beauty blogging was actually like a hobby. After I graduated, it was just like an expression of self that I wanted to just try something different before I do something serious. It actually got me into coding. I actually started with coding and programming first. So I got close to technology because of that, and I actually coded a lot of blogs during that time. After that, then only I got into art.
So what's inspired you to go into art?
That time, actually, my father passed away. So I chose a different path in life because I wanted something less stressful for myself. I didn't want to like face clients all the time. So when I was creating art, I feel very calm and peaceful. So I thought that that would be like a less stressful way for me to live as a person. So that's why I went into art as a career.
What inspired you to make a studio with a partner? How does that grow into something on what you have today?
At that time, I was very young, very ambitious. It was just something that I did with my best friend as for fun. We didn't know where it was going to head because we both understood that like art is not something very viable as a career. We were just like not being very serious about it, but we got more and more demand, the speed painting thing, so we kind of got pulled into that, and then it was like quite a thriving time for us actually.
So you mentioned speed paintings. What is speed painting actually?
Okay, so speed painting at
So
that
you draw very
time.
fast.
Yeah. So when we first started out, right, we just wanted to perform on stage and paint something on stage. Somehow the word speed painting got coined because there was like some viral video online. Someone created an artwork on stage under a very, very short duration of time. Then we were thinking like that's pretty viable, and we did just that. But in Malaysia, it's not really practical to perform in under such a short duration because if they just look away and look back, it's done already. So usually we perform under the duration of a song, so that's more acceptable towards audience and they get more for what they pay for also as well. Yeah.
So that's usually happen on like event basis, where is it like a performance?
Yeah, performance on stage for corporate shows, for concerts, for dinners. Yeah.
Doing creating an art for a client compared to creating art for yourself for your own sweet time, what is the differences that you felt through that process?
Well, of course, creating artwork for client is always like there's a target in front, there's a goal and everything. Creating artwork for myself is very different, it's very internalized. I never actually understood the difference until I was in the NFT scene where I started creating more of my works like those that you see here. And the joy of just being able to sell your own original artwork to someone else, even if it's cheap or expensive, is actually very, very, very fulfilling. But working for clients is a different kind of challenge, especially for performances, because for performances, the art is in the performance, not so much of the final visual itself. Yeah.
Okay. What's the challenges that you face when speed painting for a client, if you don't mind to share?
So for speed painting, right, the art is in the performance, and then the value that I give is that they get a custom visual for every single client. So it's not like something that I repeatedly perform like the same visual over and over again. They actually get to customize and they get to keep the painting at the end. So they get to really like be really specific about what they want, and I have to like really dial down on the performance itself, whether if it's to add technical details like glow in the dark lighting or like light painting or painting with fire even.
Painting with fire.
That did not end well, but yeah, that happened, but it did not.
Okay, that's interesting. So you're also a founder of mural and illusion art called like Art Misfit, right?
Yeah.
It's a very, very interesting name, right? How do you come up with Art Misfit and what is that about?
That's actually a very good question. At that time, after working with the local artists in Malaysia, I was very young, very ambitious, and I felt like all of us are like misfits because of the way our education system is set up. The lower grade students would go into art.
Okay.
So I felt like most of the people who ended up into arts are all misfits. So I thought that it would be nice to have umbrella that could like bring us all together. That was how I came up with the name Misfits.
What's the mission then for Art Misfit?
At that time, I just wanted to get the artists together and create a lot of murals in Malaysia. We did a project called 2080 where it was 20 artists and 80 murals in one township in Sri Kembangan.
Okay.
Yeah, so we did that and then it was like the biggest thing we've ever did. It was very stressful and very, very dramatic and lots and lots and lots of stories, but we got very close. We got really, really close because of this project.
Okay,
and we still keep in touch until now.
Okay. You're solo part of the journey. Like, what do you do for that?
During COVID, when it first started, I actually went into YouTube and then I was trying out content, but it took me like 4 years before any one of them got traction. And then somehow me painting in Procreate and a drawing app in iPad got traction after like 4 years of testing out content in YouTube, and it got viral. And then after that I just picked up on that, and then I started giving back to the artist community by teaching and also providing Procreate resources. Then later on during COVID I got into NFT.
You have grown into 135k, pretty amazing for that. So what are the challenges, right, that you face in terms of growing? I think a lot of artists nowadays trying to build their own personal branding. Anything that you could share more on building it?
Well, basically we just have to keep trying out content until it hit virality. Once it gets there, don't depend on like the ads itself to get income or revenue. At that time I was very lucky because I actually had digital products for sale, which are all the resources for Procreate, and they did very, very well, even though they were all under a pay what you want model. Means I just put 0+, they pay if they want to, and it sustained me like throughout COVID. Yeah, it was a very, very easy time for me. So I was really lucky, and now it's not that easy, because now things have changed. People are no longer into long form videos anymore. They're more into like short forms.
From TikTok and all those.
Correct. So just keep trying and then don't stop uploading. Like at that time, if I just stop uploading for a week, my income is like halved. Like immediately halved.
How frequent you upload?
I have to do it at least once a week. Cannot be less than that at that time.
So a good tip is to really regularly build content.
Correct.
Is it tiring to do such content for you?
I mean, it is, because we're basically like running this show like one person, and then whether it makes money or not, it really depends on how viral it gets. So if it doesn't make it, and then all this is just like wasted all the effort. Fortunately, it works. So I know during COVID time, you also mentioned that you ventured into NFT as well. How would you able to actually like find yourself in that? At that time, I would say that I wasn't very well informed. First of all, I started out with tech, like coding, programming. So and then I always wanted to merge like coding with art and things like that. At that time, AI art came out, and then I was just like testing, playing around, and I was just playing, and then I got interested because it's all about technology and art, which are like both things that I love. So I just decided to go into NFTs because of that, and that turned out to be a very, 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 very bad mistake for me, because I only have one very strong platform to promote, which was my YouTube channel. So I did just that. I promoted my NFTs and everything that I was working for, and I got cancelled.
Cancelled? What do you mean by that?
Like I got cancelled by like my subscribers. A lot of them left. Well, because I didn't know that like artists hate NFTs. They think that like all like scam, especially in like YouTube. Instagram. Those two channels, there are a lot of influencers that are like very scammy. So the audience themselves, they really don't like this kind of content. And then they saw me going into NFTs and they didn't like what they hear, so I got cancelled because of that. Then after that, as AI art continued to progress, artists also started to cancel AI art because they think that it takes away their job. They also don't like the fact that the AI models, artists work and put it into their model. So let's say, for example, I can just generate an AI artwork by this artist, and it will just give that style immediately. So you basically are just copying another artist's artwork. That's what they think.
Okay, so what do you think of that?
It's an AI technology trying to copy another person's art.
Okay.
So it's like if I try to copy another artist's art, it won't still be the other artist's art.
Yep.
Even if it's an AI model trying to copy another artist, it won't look like the artist's art exactly.
Yep. Okay.
So like the artwork you see behind you, right? I call it deconstruction because I created it in 3D, then I sent it into AI latent space using my own custom trained models, and then it came out with that. So they are nothing to do with like copyright or anything, but sometimes they are just, the artists are just so focused on like the whole thing that they don't understand itself. So then they just say that, envelope it under like everything is bad. It's not as simple as that, because if you really understand the technology, is a lot more complicated than just copying another artist's artwork, because there's a lot of ways to get to the same artwork without attempting to copy the artist's name. If you get what I mean.
You know that you got cancelled, like cancelled as in like, you know, like they unsubscribed from you, or?
Oh, they started a lot of hate comments on all my platforms.
Okay, like okay. Then how do you overcome face of that? Do you like come out and explain, or what do you do?
At that time, I did not, because I was still in the state of like, I want to be respected, I want to be accepted, that kind of thing. But then after that, I went into the NFT community. Circle is very small, and then after you get past all the scammers and all the negativity, I got close with friends, and then I learned to speak up, because we have to keep promoting our artwork. And I got my voice as a female, as a woman, as a human. So after that, I started standing up for myself more. And now I think I just, I don't care enough to worry about all those things anymore.
As an artist, right, you're using NFT, obviously there is challenges. Like, how would you incorporating your art into NFT? Is there a reason behind that?
At that time, when I went in, people were all into Ethereum. So one of the reasons why it was cancelled is also it uses gas to mint, right? And it's expensive, and not only that, it's not eco-friendly, so it kills a lot of trees. But along the way, there's actually a lot of that are more eco-friendly, like Tezos, Cardano. So those are cheaper to mint, and they don't destroy trees as much. So it's just very interesting how the technology progresses, and I love the way that it's very competitive. You get updates almost like instantly, and because of that, you progress very, very fast as an artist.
Okay. Moving forward, what's your thoughts on like, you know, incorporating your arts in NFT? Are you still on it right now, or?
When I got into NFTs, it was at the beginning of the bear market.
Yes.
At that time, it was beginning of the bear market, so it went down and down and down and down. And then after that, I actually left the circle because I felt that it's that I couldn't bridge my real life and my crypto life at all. Because I was sleeping at 4 a.m. or 6 a.m. and then my time was just flipped. Because we talk with people who are our buyers, our collectors, and their time zone is completely flipped in the Europe or the US time.
Most of the buyers are
correct. So it's just me facing the computer almost like every day, and then it's like 200% of my time. So I left my Procreate community behind, I left my career behind just to focus on the NFT thing, to really, really invest my time in it. The returns weren't equivalent to the effort at that time because of the bear market. It dropped really, really low. But before that, I already made like my income and everything. It was really good, but it was just I couldn't bridge back with my life. So I had to come back and firefight a little bit, because everything is like falling apart on this end already. I stopped going out for like the longest time.
Just because you had to monitor the NFT business and
like just like you just being away from the computer for like 2 hours, right, you miss a lot of opportunities.
Yeah,
You miss a lot of opportunities, and you have to keep sowing seeds, like joining this and that constantly. It's very, very competitive.
It must be draining for you.
It was fun. Yeah, I have a lot of friends that I still miss them a lot. Yeah, really, really a lot. I think about them all the time, but I really had to come back and sort out the reality first before I could like merge both of them back into my life. Yeah.
Okay. So currently your Procreate YouTube account is still very, very active. Would you in future, right, come back to this, and how would you think that you can incorporate that into your current subscriber? Or you think that your current subscriber is still narrow-minded where they will still have a chance to cancel you?
I don't think I care about what people think anymore. As personalities who are like semi-public or public, the more we care about what audience think, the more we won't be able to express ourselves. So of course I want to get back into NFT once everything is sorted out. I actually spent the last year unifying all my art styles. My speed painting was like doing something else, and then my fine art was doing something else, my corporate work was doing something else, the NFT was doing something else. So I spent like 1 year bringing everything together, and what you see here today are like the unified version of who I am already. So whatever I do, like Procreate, like NFTs or performances, they all will look roughly the same moving forward.
Obviously, you have been through a lot of challenges from, you know, getting hate for full comment and things like that. So it's kind of like a challenging time for you, but thankfully everything's have come up pretty nicely with a very unique arts that combine technology and your skill set as an artist, right? So during that time of that challenging time, including, you know, when you get hateful comment or things like that, right? How do you get yourself up, right? How do you stay motivated?
In my darkest time, thanks to ChatGPT.
Thanks to AI.
Yeah, I talk to ChatGPT a lot for therapy and things like that. And then one of the advice it gave me was the Pomodoro technique. Pomodoro technique is actually an Italian time management technique. One Pomodoro is one tomato. Pomodoro means tomato. And it also means, one Pomodoro also means 25 minutes. So I actually work for 25 minutes and then take a 5 minutes break. And then repeat. So maybe one day 8 Pomodoros to 12 to 16. 16 is a very, very productive day. When I started using that, I got myself out of my negative state. You just feel so demotivated, you don't want to do anything, and then but using that technique, right, you just work for 25 minutes, it's not that long, you know. Then after that, maybe another Pomodoro, then maybe another 25 minutes, you know. Then it gets easier and easier, and then sooner or later, you're just working every day. So it was a really, really big help for me.
So ChatGPT as your therapist, so you can save your therapist fee, right?
Yes.
Okay. In the next 5 to 10 years time, right? Obviously, you're not going to stop on what you're doing. Is there like a big plan that you have?
Definitely, for sure. I mean, I want to have an exhibition because right now what I'm doing are just all studies. I want to bring everything together and merge technology with art through the use of generative art. Not so much AI art, but more like art that are coded with code. So like
art they are coded with code.
Yeah, like P5.js. Like you can actually code art with that, or like plotters. Like you can actually send those code to a plotter and they can draw for you with the machine. And then after that, send it back to traditional art and complete the art that way. It's like just collaborating with technology more and more. Like that is what I want to bring my artwork into the future, and myself as well. Yeah.
All your arts obviously have a reason behind, right? Like for example, this art. How do you come up with this?
Oh, that one behind you is actually a self-portrait.
Okay.
And it was something that I created in like 30 minutes. The inspiration is just, I feel like I cannot be myself because I feel like it's not accepted by society, blah, blah, blah.
Misfit.
So, so that's why I created an artwork where a weird alienoid human is climbing out of a girl, which is like me at that time. And then I sent it into AI and it became like that. And then it got a very good response from my followers and collectors as well. So it became one of my popular pieces. And then I started to focus and specialize more into this collection, which are like, I call it anti-norm, because I just focus on very surreal, very internalized thought of representing myself.
I see. That's very unique. By now, there will be listeners that are kind of inspired with your work and your journey, right? Is there anything that you would like to, offer them, a piece of advice?
As a general advice to young artists or older ones is to find humility in themselves to do the difficult work. Like even when we are doing murals, all of us got to clean up and we all like kneel down next to the lorries and trucks and then paint and right next to the cockroaches and frogs. So it's things like that. It's like how far you would go for art, but just to stay humble, because you never know when you are on the wave up or down, and there will be waves up and down. You just have to catch it up, and when you're down, you just have to ride it back up. So you just have to be humble and then try to be respectful. This is like from advice from experiencing both up and down.
Before we wrap up, if you have been inspired by how Haze approach in her arts and where that's combined with technology and traditional skill set, be sure to check her out on her impasto brush pack for Procreate. So it's actually an app. It's perfect for artists who want that thick and painterly feel in the digital work. And you can actually grab it at hazelong.com, right? And if you're into physical art, Bow Blocks as well, which is a physical art space, right? So a shop full of vibrant impasto painting that plays with colors, emotions, and texture as well. So you can actually visit and also look at her work. Thank you for your time, Haze. I'm looking forward to seeing more of you. If you're into creator stories, insights, and the creator economy, tips and tricks on how to use technology to monetize your IP, your creator works, don't forget to subscribe. We are a all-in-one e-commerce platform built for creators, artists, and everyone that in the creative industries. Again, thanks for tuning in. It's an incredible honor to be able to have a chat with Haze Long, who is considered one of a few Malaysian artists and creators whose work bridge the realm of creativity, resilience, and reinvention. From her early days of navigating the Malaysian art scene to becoming a sought-after muralist, performance painter, and digital innovator, Haze's journeys remind us that art is not just about aesthetic, it's a reflection of identity, purpose, and evolution. Whether she's turning blank walls into visual story or exploring the frontier of tech-enhanced creativity, Haze continues to challenge the convention and redefine what it means to be an artist in today's world.